Hello and good evening, everyone. Welcome to my subscribers lesson. It's Friday night here in the UK, and our local time is 7:55 p.m. Dear viewers, I'm sure that you can hear me and see the video. And you might be aware this is a subscribers lesson, which is why only my subscribers are able to come here, make a comment, and join me. And that is how the Hallo subscriber lessons works. We have to remember that it is an important matter for all of our learners that when you're subscribed to a teacher, you should be there on time. Otherwise, you're going to miss the lesson. Though the lesson would be recorded, okay? Though the lesson will be once again recorded for them, but it's better to watch it and participate with the teachers. And as you might be aware, today is the 31st of December, last day of the year 2021. In many Asian countries, it is already 2022. And also countries like Australia, New Zealand, Indonesia, Japan, Malaysia, Vietnam, Philippines, Thailand, Bangladesh, India, Pakistan, Singapore, Nepal, and those areas, it is already 2022. Happy New Year to all the people who are already there, but still we are in the western part, so still it is not yet 12 here in the UK, and we are going to celebrate it after 4 hours 3 minutes exactly. So welcome once again. I'm very happy to see you at the moment, dear viewers. So let's wait for my subscribers who would be here in no time. Okay, welcome once again. So I've just sent message to my subscriber chat so that my subscribers are aware that the class has started, and if they're free, I believe that they'll be able to join me in no time. Our countdown is going to start exactly 8 o'clock, or sharp 8, or 8 sharp, either around. Okay, and dear viewers, if you see the heart shape symbol, do not forget to touch it to support me. Remember, your every support, every comment is important. And thank you very much once again for joining. So this live stream has been shared through my YouTube live channel as well as through my Facebook live. So if anyone is watching from there, happy new year to guys and viewers. All right, the countdown is going to start in 3, 2, 1, 0. Okay. We're going to share the history of New Year. So we celebrate New Year every year, but do you know the history about it? So today's our reading part is the history of New Year, and also I was hoping that my subscribers would join me and they can read and we can read together and practice some of the sounds. Okay. So let's wait a little. Oops, it's echoing. So, history of New Year. The date was chosen partly in honor of Janus, the Roman god of beginnings and the month's namesake, though medieval Christians attempted to replace January 1 with more religiously significant dates. Pope Gregory XIII. Okay, so this is Roman, X means 10 and I means 1. So Pope Gregory XIII created a revised calendar that officially established January 1 as a new day in 1582. So here on the first paragraph, we can find that these paragraphs are written in past tense. The date was chosen. Okay, so because the date was chosen in quite a long time ago, so it's a past action. So medieval Christians. So who are these medieval Christians? All right, so let's find out a little bit quickly. What do you mean by this word medieval Christians? You can see that. Okay, so medieval Christians are those Christians hang on a moment. Medieval Christians are those Christians who believe the fundamental belief. And their fundamental belief was that the church as an institution is the only path of salvation, spiritual salvation. more precisely. The sacraments were and remain in contemporary Catholicism, Catholicism and the essential spiritual rituals conducted by ordained priests. Okay, so medieval Christians are those believers of Catholicism who believe that church is the only way for the spiritual salvation. So the salvation meaning here is a freedom of the spirit when people die and they can go to heaven. So, however, the history is related to the, Christianity. Okay. So New Year's Day is a festival observed in most of the world on 1 January or 1st of January if I change it. January. In the modern Gregorian calendar. So 1st January is also New Year's Day on the Julian calendar. So but this is not the same day as the Gregorian one. As you can see, this 1st of January is related to the Gregorian calendar and Julian calendar. And we need to understand how this calendar works. Only understanding these two terms, it will be easier for us to move ahead and to find out why and how this New Year's is celebrated. Okay, so 1st January is also New Year's Day on the Julian calendar, but this is not the same as the Gregorian one. Whilst most solar calendars like the Gregorian Julian begin the year regularly at or near the northern winter solstice, cultures that observe lunisolar or lunar calendar celebrate their New Year's Day, such as the Chinese New Year, the Islamic New Year, at less fixed points related to the solar year. Okay, and in pre-Christian Rome, under the Julian calendar, the day was dedicated to Janus, god of gateways and beginnings, for whom January is also named. So God. It's better to use capital G because it's a proper noun. From Roman times until the middle of the 18th century, the New Year was celebrated at various stages in various parts of Christian Europe on 25th December, on 1st of March, on 25th March, on the movable feast of Easter. Okay. In the present day, with the most countries now using the Gregorian calendar as the civil calendar, 1st January, according to that calendar, is among the most celebrated public holidays in the world, often observed with fireworks at the stroke of midnight as the New Year starts in each time zone. Other global New Year's Day traditions include making New Year's resolutions and calling one's friends and family. Now, Gregorian calendar. The Gregorian calendar used in the most of the world. Okay. Gregorian calendar is the calendar used in the most of the world. It was introduced in October 1582 by Pope Gregory XIII. So as you can see, this Roman number as a modification of the Julian calendar, reducing the average year from 365.25 days to 365.2425 days. And adjusting for drift in the tropical or solar year that the inaccuracy had caused during the intervening centuries. The Julian calendar, now that is the Gregorian calendar, okay? So the Gregorian calendar has been, it's more accurately was introduced by the Pope Gregory III in October 1582. And their calculation is each year has 365 days, 2.5 days. So which means that every 4 years, so in order to compensate that extra 0.25 days, it becomes leap year, which is why in every 4 years when it is leap year, the month of February has been added one day, which is the 29th of February. And which are the leap year? Now, if you divide the last number of the year, if it is divided by 4, then only in that case you'll be able to understand this is leap year. Like 2020 was leap year. Next leap year is 2024. Then 2028, 2032. So every 4 years we just celebrate the leap year. Okay, now the Julian calendar proposed by Julius Caesar in AUC 708-46 birth of Christ was a reform of the Roman calendar. It took effect on 1st January AUC 709 45 BC by edict. It was designed with the aid of Greek mathematicians and astronomers such as Sosigenes of Alexandria. Okay, the Julian calendar is used in parts of the Eastern Orthodox Church and in parts of Oriental Orthodox as well as by the Berbers. Once again, the Julian calendar is still used in parts of the Eastern Orthodox Church and in parts of the Oriental Orthodoxy as well as by the Berbers. Okay, now this is the amazing part. The difference between the Gregorian calendar and the Julian calendar is 14 days. Okay, which means by the Gregorian calendar, when it is 25th of December, and Julian calendar, it should be 14 days behind. So it should be 11th of December. So for the 25th of December in Julian calendar, it should be then, let me count, 25, 26, 27, 28, and 30, 31. So it is the 7th of January. Okay. Once again, the difference between the Gregorian calendar and Julian calendar is 14 days, which is why Orthodox Christians celebrate Christmas on the 7th of January and New Year on the 15th of January, because it is always happening after 14 days. So this is some information about the New Year's, and there is one explaining who are Berbers. Berbers are Imagine Berber language, as you can see, Romanized, similar Arabic. Okay. Romanesque image singular MGO. Arabic MGO. Are an ethnic group indigenous to North Africa, especially Morocco, Algeria, Tunisia. Right. And Libya, and to a lesser extent, Mauritania, northern Mali, northern Niger. Smaller Berber populations are also found in Burkina Faso. Okay. And Asia was historically Berber nations spoke the Berber languages, which are branches of the Afro-Asiatic language family. Okay, that's a pretty cool story. So, when did the first year start? Who started it? Okay, the next question is, so Gregorian Calendar, Julian Calendar. What is the Gregorian calendar? The Julian calendar. So, So when do Orthodox Christians celebrate Christmas? Let's make it 2 sentences. Negative sentence. So they celebrate Romans are industrial nation. It is late for us to go back to history. You should have a New Year's resolution. Okay, so these are some of the question pattern. Okay, let's move on. So we need to find out when the Gregorian calendar started. So the Gregorian calendar started the Gregorian calendar is also called New Style Calendar, solar dating system now in general use. It was proclaimed in 1582 by Pope Gregory XIII as a reform of the Julian calendar. We have already discussed it above. So when did Julian calendar started? So the Julian calendar proposed by Julius Caesar, AUC 708-46 birth of Christ, was the reform of the Roman calendar. It took effect on 1st January AUC 709 45 BC by edict. It was designed with the aid of Greek mathematicians and astronomers such as Sosigenes of Alexandria. What does AUC mean? Let's find out AUC. And the difference between the Julian and Gregorian calendar is the day 365.25. Okay. Okay, AUC is really amazing. So it stands for Ab Urbe Condita, express a date in a year since 753 BC, about the traditional founding of Rome. Okay, so once again, dear viewers, as we go through these are the questions of this paragraph. When did the first New Year start? Who started it? What's the Gregorian calendar? What's the Julian calendar? How many days are the differences between the both calendars? When do Orthodox Christians celebrate Christmas? When do Orthodox Christians celebrate New Year? And these are works, negative, interrogative, WH tag question. Okay. Basically, these are the homeworks for my students. They are not here, looks like. Okay. Let me find out any other. Medieval Christian, okay. Medieval Christian. Okay. Janus, the Roman god. So, who is Janus? So, in Roman mythology, Janus
Mythology.
mythology. Ta.
Mythology.
So, in Roman mythology, Janus was the god of doors, gates, and transitions. According to Roman mythology, Janus was present at the beginning of the world. As the god of gates, Janus guarded the gates of heaven and held access to heaven and other gods. The New Year's story is typically related to the uh, belief, Roman history, Roman mythology, and lot of calendars like Gregorian Calendar and Julian Calendar. So how does the Janus look like? Okay, there is a photograph. Let me find it. This is how a photograph is given from the internet. Okay. Um, okay. There is another sentence which is amazing. Some scholars think that so in Roman mythology, Janus was the god of doors, gates, and transitions. According to Roman mythology, Janus was present at the beginning of the world as the god of gates. Janus guarded the gates of heaven and held access to heaven and other gods. Some scholars regard Janus as the god of all beginnings and believe that association with do is in derivative. Okay. He was invoked as the first of the any gods in regular liturgies. Oh, that's a new word for me. Liturgies. Let me find out what does liturgies mean. Okay, liturgical is there.
Liturgical.
Okay, relating to a particular set of the words, music, and actions used in the ceremonies to some religions, especially Christianity. He has taught classes on liturgical worship. Popeyes fifth, not five, fifth published the liturgical text that would be used to celebrate Mass of the next 400 years. Okay. So the beginning of the day, month, and year, both calendrical and agricultural, were sacred to him. Okay, when did the Gregorian calendar start? Okay, this is the photo. So the Gregorian calendar started in 1582. It's also called New Style Calendar, solar dating system now in general use. It was proclaimed in 1582 by Pope Gregory XIII, not third, as a reform of the Julian calendar. When did the Julian calendar start? The Julian calendar proposed by Julius Caesar in AUC 708 46 BC, but before the Christ, was reformed the Roman calendar. It took effect on January AUC 709 45 BC by edict. It was designed with the aid of Greek mathematicians and astronomers such as Sosigenes of Alexandria. AUC stands for Ab Urbe Condita or Anno Urbis Condita, abbreviated AUC or AVC, express a date in years since 753, birth of Christ, the traditional founding of Rome. Well, that's pretty cool. History is always interesting. So these are the questions. When did the first new year start? 1582. Who started it? Who started it? It's the Romans. Okay. Then the next question is, what is the Gregorian calendar? We've just explained. How many days are the difference between the both calendars? Okay, the differences between the where is that part? With the Gregorian calendar, Julian calendar is 14 days, which is why Orthodox Christian celebrate Christmas on the 7th of January. Okay, there's something missing. Catholic on the 25th of December, whereas Orthodox Christians who believe in Julian calendar celebrate Christmas on the 7th of January and New Year on the 15th of January instead of 1st of January. So when the Orthodox Seventh of January. So it's 14th. Sorry, not 15th. So they celebrate after 13 days. Okay, so and Barb is a kind of ethnic group indigenous to indigenous. So what do you understand by indigenous? Indigenous. Indigenous.
Indigenous.
Indigenous.
Indigenous.
Used to refer relating the people who originally lived in a place rather than people who moved there from somewhere else. So indigenous, indigenous,
Indigenous.
indigenous,
Indigenous.
indigenous. So indigenous means the people who are the active and the primary. Hey, you are late, both of you.
Teacher.
Hello.
How are you, teacher? I miss you, teacher.
I'm okay. Is Melissa also available to join? Yeah, how are you doing today? You both are a bit late though.
Yes, so sorry, teacher, because it's New Year, you know that. But by the way, Merry Christmas, teacher.
Mhm.
And yeah, we was our grand's home.
That's okay. So, how are you doing today, Melissa and Diana? Welcome, both of you. I've invited Melissa as well. Oh, hello, Melissa.
Hello, sir. Happy New Year's.
Happy New Year to
I
both
wish
of you.
all the plans. I'm glad to see you, sir.
Okay, I'm glad to see you too. Let's have a conversation. Only 3 minutes got. We have. Okay.
Yeah.
So, how is your studies going on, Medina?
Though so not bad, but only I'm a little bit. I mean, the math is a little bit hard for me, but yeah,
That's great.
everything is okay.
So, if you practice more, everything will be fine. Not only the math, English, this lessons, and any lessons with any other teacher.
Yeah, that's correct.
And thank you very much for subscribing to me. That's really pretty cool and good support from you.
Thank you, teacher. You're my great teacher, and that's why I chose you. I love you, teacher.
Thank you very much for your love and support. Great. And Melissa, how was your day? How is your studies going on?
That's so nice, sir. But it's a little bit hard. I am studying hard nowadays because I have colloquiums next week.
Which date?
Monday will be begin, then 2 weeks continue.
All
2 weeks
right.
in faculty. Yes, and we joined it now because we couldn't attend class because we was outside, and now we came and we take your class rings.
Mm-hmm.
Then we attended because we want to say Happy New Year for you and for every world. And
That's
I
the.
wish it's the 2022 will be the best good, and COVID-19 will be finished, I wish, and every persons will have happy and other good things.
Thank you very much. That's so cool and pretty good prayer, Melissa. Thank you very much. And Diana, how about you?
Okay. Again, hello everyone, and Merry Christmas. So I wish I wish you all the best things for you guys, and I hope this new year will make us happy and without COVID-19 days. And also, I hope if you have exam, then you will pass. I hope that. And also, if you have any hard time, I hope these hard times are gone in this year. And Happy New Year, all.
Then
And if you want, we can say 10, 9, 8, 7 for Turkey. Coming, we are going.
okay.
5,
4,
yeah,
3.
3,
Mm.
2, 1. Woo! Turkey is amazing. Happy New Year, all the best. Woo!
Happy New Year to both of you. So, did you both go together outside?
Yes.
Yeah, of course.
Okay. Thank you very much.
With our family.
With your family.
Yeah.
Okay. Thank you very much for
With
joining. We have
sisters.
got only 10 more
Yeah.
seconds. Thank you very much. If you need this, I'm going to send you later. Send me your email address in the chat box. Okay.
Okay, teacher.
You take care and
Okay.
bye. I hope to see you. Is it tomorrow, right?
Yes.
Yes.